The laughter echoed across 1,000 systems. A Threx warcaster slammed his clawed fist on the table, wheezing with amusement. On the giant screen, Earth's military rolled by tanks, coughing black smoke. Jets roaring with fuel-based engines, soldiers marching in dirt. To the galaxy, it looked like a low-tech joke. This is their defense force? Spat Admiral Korgel, wiping tears from his crimson eyes. They're barely above steam. The broadcast was everywhere. From luxury stations orbiting neutron stars to pirate dens in dead space, everyone was watching. The footage came from a stolen Terran satellite feed, leaked by smugglers who thought it was funny. But not everyone laughed. In a quiet shadowport far from the core worlds, an old cyborg trader watched the video in silence. He didn't blink. His mechanical hand trembled as he paused the screen, zooming in on a human soldier's face. Eyes focused, calm, not afraid. That's not the look of prey, he whispered. Back in the Threx capital, things moved fast. Warlord Jirak declared, Earth a soft target, rich in water, metals, and biomass, yet undefended. A perfect conquest. He ordered an elite invasion fleet to launch within the day. It would be a show of power. 12 destroyers, full AI support, streaming live to trillions. We'll take their capital in an hour, Jirak boasted to the cameras. Their planet. In a day. The feed cut to Earth one last time. A human general stood at a podium, speaking calmly during a drill. There were no force fields, no plasma cannons. Let them come, the general said, turning away. For a moment, something strange happened. Just a flicker on the screen. A distortion behind him, like space itself had cracked. Then the signal went dead, and the stars went quiet. 12 massive ships tore through the black. They weren't stealthy. They didn't need to be. The Threx fleet was loud, proud, and unstoppable. Each ship, a fortress, covered in red armor, armed with plasma torpedoes, antimatter beams, and AI combat mines that had slaughtered civilizations. They didn't call it a war. They called it a galactic cleanup. Inside the lead ship Bloodstorm, Warlord Jirak paced the command bridge, draped in ceremonial bones. This will be history, he said to his crew. We'll land in their capital, tear down their flag, and raise our own before sunset. Thousands of alien viewers watched the live stream, excited, cheering, betting how fast Earth would fall. Jirak turned to the camera with a grin. Terrans are farmers with guns. This won't even be sport. But the moment the fleet entered Earth's orbit, something went wrong. No resistance, no defenses, no ships came to meet them. Just silence. Jirak looked out the window. Blue oceans, thick clouds, cities glowing with lights. He opened comms. Start the drop sequence. The I confirmed. Pods launched toward Earth. 30 seconds in, then ... static. No response from drop team. The AI said, reconnect, Jirak barked. Attempting, signal lost. All 12 ships blinked red. Systems started failing one by one. Shields flickered. Doors sealed. Lights dimmed. This isn't a malfunction, whispered one technician. Something's inside. Alarms screamed. Cameras caught shadows moving fast. Wrong, human-shaped. But wrong. Jirak tried to give the retreat order. Nothing happened. The live stream ended. All 12 ships vanished from orbit within 3 minutes. No explosion. No trace. No distress signal. They were just gone. And across the galaxy, trillions of viewers sat frozen. No one laughed. The emergency lights flashed blood red in the Galactic Council chamber. Representatives from over 200 star systems shouted over each other. Holograms of the missing Threx. Fleet spun in the center. 12 destroyers, now marked with one word. Lost. No wreckage? Roared the Marnock envoy. Even in a black hole, we'd find debris. They vanished in low orbit, a Council AI responded. No signs of battle. no signals, no escape pods. Ambassador Zale of the Ilari sat quietly, staring at the hologram. "You don't understand," he said. "This wasn't a fight. It was a message." Counselor Drith, made of light and mist, hissed. "Message from who?" "Earth has no known. Defense grid, no space fleet, no warp drive. They still burn fossil fuels. But that's the problem," Zale replied. "What if they've been pretending?" A chilling silence fell. Zale pulled up old files. Earth's denied application to the Galactic Union. It was from 312 standard years ago. The file showed a smiling human diplomat offering cooperation. But something had spooked the council then. Single note from the review board flashed: extreme psychological unpredictability. Civilizations near singularity events are to be avoided. The footage ended with Earth withdrawing silently. No species just disappears from galactic interest for 3 centuries. Zale muttered, "Unless they wanted to." The council voted fast. A stealth probe was authorized. No crew, no weapons. Just observation. It launched within hours, vanishing into Earth's atmosphere like a whisper. 6 minutes later, it went dark. The last image it sent was corrupted. A frozen frame. A human. Looking directly at the camera. Not surprised. Not afraid. Just watching. Waiting. High above Earth's orbit. The stealth probe should have been invisible, cloaked, silent, fast. But it lasted only 6 minutes. The Galactic Council tried again. Not 1, but 5 drones, smaller, smarter, to observe black hole cores and time fractures. Earth should have been easy. They dropped into the atmosphere one by one, skimming through clouds, hiding in the stratosphere, watching. What they found made no sense. Cities pulsed with power far beyond. Fossil fuels hidden under layers of noise. Energy signatures blinked in and out like they were being filtered. One drone got close to a mountain range in North America. Beneath it, seismic sensors detected movement. Not earthquakes, machinery, giant machinery. Buried, Drone 3 zoomed in on a military base near a desert. Soldiers were training in silence, calm, focused, not scared. Not even surprised by the strange. Lights in the sky. One looked directly at the drone through miles of atmosphere. Impossible. The eye whispered. Then all 5 drones stopped. No explosion. No interception. Just dash gone. Except drone 2. It sent 1 broken signal before it went dark. A corrupted image file. Council engineers cleaned the distortion. When they played it back, the chamber went silent. A human stood in an empty field. Female. Wearing a black uniform. She stared up at the sky, her eyes glowing faintly. Then she smiled. Behind her, space twisted like reality itself had folded wrong. A shape stepped through the air. No ship, no sound. Just a figure, too tall, too thin, wearing no suit. Then the file ended. Counselor Drith leaned back, voice shaking. "What the hell are we looking at?" Ambassador Zale answered coldly. "Something Earth never wanted to show, until now." Every star system received the message at once. No intro, no encryption, no origin tag. Just a voice, calm, human, female. It played across starships, stations, and planets. In every language the galaxy had ever heard. To those watching Earth, "You've made your choice. This is your only warning." Then came silence. After 7 seconds, the message repeated this. Time including coordinates in deep space. Near the edge of the Orion Arm, a region marked dead and empty since the first collapse. The coordinates pointed to something moving. An automated scout ship was sent to investigate. Its cameras captured a structure larger than any known station. Black, silent, orbiting nothing. It gave off no light, no sound, no transmissions. Until the scout ship got too close. A single pulse shot out. Not a weapon. A data burst. Inside, just one file. Project Erebus status, active protocol, Earthwatch, phase Omega. The file ended with a simple 3 vertical slashes over a blood-red circle. The scout ship melted seconds later. Not exploded. Melted. Across the galaxy, panic began to grow. Civilian traffic near Seoul was shut down. Border patrols doubled. War simulations were run silently in high command rooms. Still, Earth said nothing more, but someone was listening. In a deep space monitoring station, a captured signal was being translated. It wasn't from Earth. It was from somewhere deeper beneath Earth. 2 words repeated in a mechanical whisper, over and over again. They're waking. They're waking. They're waking. Ambassador Zale stood in the dark, listening to the loop. They never built weapons, he muttered. They became one. The file was never meant to be opened. Buried in a forgotten server beneath the Galactic Archive. It had no title, no code, and no author. But when the word Erebus echoed across the stars, the Council's AI began searching. And found it. A corrupted black file. 400 years old. Human origin. Inside was a short video log, grainy, colorless, and marked with Earth's first attempt at contacting the Galactic Union. A young human scientist sat at a metal table. She looked tired, eyes red, voice low. If you're seeing this, we've already pulled back, she said. Not because we lost. Because we understood what we were becoming. Behind her was a spinning cube of light pulsing faster than the eye could follow. Equations swirled in the air. We solved gravity, she continued. Then time, then something else. Something that shouldn't exist. She looked off camera. For a second, her face twisted not in fear, but guilt. We called it Erebus. It doesn't destroy. It undoes thought, memory, law. We buried it. Buried ourselves, pretended to be primitive, to protect you. The footage ended. But one last line appeared across the screen. Do not try to save you. Do not try to fight you. Do not try to understand you. Zale stared at the Council. They asked to join the galaxy once. We denied them. Now they no longer care. Counselor Drith whispered. So Earth hid their real tech. For centuries, Zale nodded. No, they hid their nature. They didn't just step away from the stars. They locked the door behind them. Then, from deep space, a second message arrived. No voice this time. Just text. Phase Omega complete. Doors opening. Every council member looked up. Something had been waiting behind that door. The jungle swallowed the landing. Craft whole. 5 elite scouts from the Valari Pact touched down near the Amazon basin, the green heart of Earth. Their orders were simple. Find evidence of advanced tech, or proof of deception. They expected heat, insects, maybe a few human drones. Instead, the forest was silent. No birds, no animals. Not even wind. Scout leader Tren activated his visor. I'm picking up massive heat signatures underground. Not geothermal. Controlled, geared. They moved deeper, machetes slicing leaves. Then they found it. Stone ruins, ancient and broken, but humming. Underneath vines and moss, glowing lines pulsed like veins. Tren touched one. His hand jerked back. The ground vibrated. That's not stone, whispered Scout Mira. That's a shell. Suddenly, their coms scrambled. A voice whispered through. Static, observed, identified, too late. Mara spun her rifle around. Something's here. I saw movement tall, fast, then one by one, their helmet feeds cut out. Tren activated emergency recall. His escape beacon blinked one chance to send a signal before extraction. He recorded a single log. It's all fake. The weakness. The tech, even the jungle. They built this planet like a mask. Underneath machines, cities, weapons, intelligence. Before he could finish, the trees shifted. Something stood watching from above, a humanoid figure, perfectly still. Eyes burning white. Then static. Back at Council HQ, Trent's half-broken log was replayed. Engineers tried to slow one frame. It showed something rising out of the earth, hundreds of them. Giant metal forms shaped like humans, standing silent beneath the jungle. Sleeping. Waiting. And one line scrawled on the jungle floor in perfect galactic standard: "We were never gone. You were simply not invited." It reappeared without warning. The Wraithclaw, one of the 12 Threx invasion ships, drifted back into real space near the edge of the Draco system. No distress beacon. No flight path. Just ... floating. Council warships surrounded it within hours, weapons armed, scanners maxed out. But the Wraithclaw didn't move. No lights, no life signs. A boarding team was sent in. Elite soldiers. Hardened veterans. They lasted 4 minutes, their final transmission. No bodies, no AI, just ... echoes. Something's here. Not alive. Not dead. We shouldn't be. Silence. Then the ship's systems powered on by themselves. One by one, every display lit up. Not Threx language, not human. Just a single symbol repeated across the screens. 3 vertical slashes over a red circle. Erebus Mark. The bridge's main console began playing a message on loop. It was human, male, voice flat and steady. "You sent 12 ships, only 1 returned. That was generous. You came to take. We didn't stop you. You stopped yourselves. Now you understand. Earth isn't defended by weapons. Earth is the weapon." Then the screen showed the crew, all of them, standing still in the hangar bay. Frozen mid-step, eyes open, faces blank, like statues, but their hearts had stopped days ago. One final frame burned into the black. A close-up of the human general last seen on Earth's drill footage. Now, he wasn't in uniform. He wore armor made of light. His eyes glowed silver. He whispered just one word to the camera: "Observe." Then the Wraithclaw vanished again, mid-scan, mid-lock. As if reality itself had let go. Panic swept through the stars. Now they weren't asking what Earth was hiding. They were asking if it was already too late. The stars had always feared war. Earth never brought war. It brought silence. A silence that erased fleets, probes, people. Now the Council demanded answers, not guesses, not theories, but truth. A desperate alliance of elder species opened a vault untouched for millennia. Inside were scrolls, drives, and one flickering hologram recorded by the Arax hull, a species that vanished during the first expansion. It was dated over 10,000 years ago. "We met them once," the Arax speaker said. They were not yet spacefaring, but they were aware. They saw through through time. The recording showed cave walls on Earth, covered in ancient symbols and star maps. Maps that showed systems not yet discovered. They cracked physics by accident. Not through science, but something deeper. They looked at the universe, and it blinked. Other logs surfaced, warnings from old explorers, whispers about humans appearing in impossible places, speaking dead languages, sometimes showing up before a planet's first contact. Not invaders. Not traitors, just watchers. "We believe humanity is not linear," one log read. "They are not bound to one timeline. They exist in loops, in folds. They choose to be forgotten." Earth's history, it turned out, wasn't lost. It was locked, even. Earth's own people didn't know. Generations raised in a cage of engineered simplicity. The tech, the wars. Even the nations, they were part of the mask. One of the final files came from a Terran AI, buried under the Atlantic Ocean. A message encoded in pure math. Containment no longer necessary. Memory release in progress. That same day, humans across Earth began to wake up, dreams of stars. Voices not their own. Blueprints in their minds. They were remembering, and the galaxy began to forget what safety felt like. The Galactic Council voted an emergency session. Earth was declared a Class Z forbidden zone. No approach, no contact. No rescue, dozens of species. Protested, but none stepped forward. The footage from the Wraithclaw, the vanishing fleets, the impossible math, the ancient records. It was too much. Earth wasn't defenseless. It was deliberate. Across the galaxy, stars continued to shine. Life went on. But something had changed. A silence had taken root. The kind of silence that comes before storms, before extinction. Orbiting. Earth, black satellites blinked online one by one. They hadn't been built. They had grown, unfolding from invisible folds in space-time. A single transmission broadcasted from Earth's upper atmosphere. No visuals, just sound. Protocol Omega complete. The gate is open. Then from deep beneath the planet, something vast awoke. Not a machine, not a weapon, a presence. Time rippled. Stars near Sol flickered unnaturally. Civilizations on the galactic edge reported missing moons, changed memories, unspoken fear. On the ground, humanity walked through their cities, calmly, eyes distant, voices steady. They were no longer confused. They remembered now. They were not newcomers to the stars. They were returning. In the orbital platform above, a human commander stood at the window, alone, watching. Behind him, the eye spoke. Galactic silence confirmed. No response from 147 systems, all listening. The commander smiled faintly. Good, let them listen. He placed his hand on a smooth control panel. It didn't beep. It breathed. Below, Earth shifted, landmasses pulsing with hidden circuits. Oceans whispering code. Let them fear the quiet. It's louder than war. The stars blinked once more, and then Earth vanished, not destroyed, not moved, just no longer there. And every species that saw it knew they would never understand. Humans only survived them.